Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Off Air Podcast. Slater.
Oh, I'm Marjo.
That's right. This is Pittsfield and the Berkshires premier podcast.
Yeah,
the only podcast. Very
the best of the best.
The best. Very special guest today. Very cool guy. Tuan Nguyen from Bousquet Sport.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's happening, brother?
We're excited to have you on. Slater and I were just talking a little bit, and we had we had you on our radio show, and your energy was great. And obviously, I see you at the gym, and we love a compliment. And so you came up to me at the gym, and you said, "Hey, the podcast is really good. I don't know how much feedback you guys get, but I really enjoy it." And I had to tell Slater because that just makes his day. And so now you're our next guest, and we're pumped about it.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. I think it's really great that you guys really get to be able to talk to the community out here as well too. You guys get a pretty great, I would say, far ends of the spectrum here of the people that basically come on here.
Yeah, we try to bring on like a lot of different kinds of people. I mean, that's what makes the world interesting, right?
You're right.
And what makes the Berkshires
Berkshires. I was going to say the Berkshires.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just localized or centralized here to Pittsfield. It really expands out that way as well too, and kind of getting everybody's, I guess, vibe and feel.
Yeah,
totally.
This
and we learn from people.
Place. Yeah,
That's why I like podcasting, just because we can learn. Dude, you just came back from Puerto Vallarta.
I know.
Mexico.
I know.
I know. Dude, I was walking in. I was like, did he just say he came back from Puerto Vallarta?
Well, because I was saying your skin looks great. And
Thank
you're like,
you.
oh, I got a nice little glow. Just came back from vacay. Where Puerto Vallarta. We're filming this just a couple days after
the Cartel.
our Cartel guy got
El Mencho.
got arrested.
Yeah.
But
They blasted him.
You were out of the country.
I was out of there after, well after all the chaos basically broke out.
Gotcha.
All right. So how did you receive the information that this happened? Like what news source? And then what was your reaction?
So I didn't even know. My friend just hit me up and just like, hey, so glad you're able to, get out of Puerto Vallarta when you did. And I was like,
What do you
mean?
about?
Yeah. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you didn't know. And so he just started sending me links and everything. And I was just shocked. I think the biggest thing that I was shocked about the most was just the fact that not a week ago, I was walking down that street there, that same exact street, looking through the little shops and everything. And I mean, it's kind of crazy being in an environment and vibe where everyone says Puerto Vallarta is beautiful, but more importantly, it's safe.
Totally. I've been. It is. Yeah. I've never felt unsafe there.
Never. It's fantastic. This is my third time going out there, and just to see kind of the clips of dang, buildings are burned and cars are on fire. People are scrambling. People are run through the airport, the one airport that they have here. And I'm like, dang, I was just walking through there. They were giving out complimentary,
I'm certainly and not trying to
shots.
downplay it, obviously, but there was some footage going around online that did end up being AI. But there was obviously very real footage as well of, if you were there on vacation, it would probably be a pretty scary situation. So
yeah,
it was wild.
I got a friend out there and I checked up on him and everything too.
Yeah.
And everything. When I was out there, I was spending time with him and stuff.
He lives out there?
Yes.
And what did he say the vibe was right now?
Recovery, healing at this point. They said that there's a lot of misinformation out there.
Totally.
Oh my God, I'm plugging him right now. But
that's all right.
his name is Bobby, and he basically said there were just not a single person was injured, hurt, or killed during this. This was more just an act to be able to show between the cartel and the and the Mexican government, what they did and stuff. So I think that was his biggest point. I mean, I had other things to say, but that's
Well, what else did he say? What's the misinformation?
That, I mean,
it's unsafe for civilians and tourists.
Yeah, it's unsafe there and everything, and it's just kind of painting a wrong picture. A lot of what I've seen was just and you want these people coming to America? This is the type of people coming to America. Is this what you want? And it's just painting a wrong vibe, especially kind of in this political climate. So a lot of it was just more about just the cartel. Just trying to show that we're around. Yeah,
kind of like a violent pissing contest between the government and the cartel.
I mean, I'm not there. I don't know the whole story and everything, but I mean, I think the biggest thing was just they're just trying to convey that no one's dying down there, no one's killing people,
innocent people.
Yeah. I mean, it's businesses that were burned down and stuff like that, but that can all be able to come back, and they're all repairing and moving forward in regards to like a community.
So this seemed to be like a one-off, like a 2 or 3 day sort of, right? Let's light some cars on fire. Let's light some buses on fire. Let's block off a street.
Like a riot. People are pissed. They're mad.
The two guys had pulled up and they sprayed the gas station with gas and lit the thing on fire.
Yeah.
So like I heard a phone call between like El Mencho before he died and the police chief or whatever, and he was like, "Dude, we don't mess with you guys. You don't mess with us. I pay your guys money." And I was like, "Holy shit!"
It was definitely a real phone call too. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying, like that was for sure. Like, how did they have that recorded phone call?
Well, it was on a pretty legit podcast. Yeah. So I mean, but I mean, could I say with 100% certain that it was real?
Well,
no,
it's so hard
but.
to...
It's hard to tell, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, still, if that was the case and everything, that's
yeah.
Well,
and the police, the police were like, and they must coexist down there. I don't know. What does your buddy say? Like, I mean,
it's like, I didn't really talk to my buddy other than that. I talked to my other friends who were talking about, this is not from my buddy, but my friend from who is there. I mean, he told me like. They're very prevalent in regards to the resort areas where I was at. But when I was there, to be honest, like down there, the laws is like if you're a civilian, you don't have guns. When I was driving in my Uber to go to, wherever I was going, like there was armored cars there with like, it's the Mexican army that was there, but just making sure shit was not going to pop off. And if it was, they're there. But
because tourism's such a, I remember I went to Cozumel one time with a friend of mine and there was a very heavy military presence there, and I think it was making him uncomfortable. I'm like, they're there to keep tourists safe because that's all especially an island like Cozumel. I mean, it was basically devastated by COVID because there's no tourism coming in. So it's not like these shop owners who had their shop, like they don't want people to be canceling their vacations and not to travel there because they're worried about safety.
Yeah.
Right.
What's your buddy do for a livelihood in Mexico?
You know what? That's a great question. That is a great question.
I'm just kidding. Bobby, I'm just kidding. Right. Bobby is not in the cartel. Yeah.
Bobby ain't saying nothing, all right? I didn't say anything, all right? Oh my gosh. I could plug, man, I love this man. I can plug him. He's like, he has his hands in many things, but one that I see that he's very passionate about is he sells on like, I'm assuming like QVC, and he sells this, like audio. Is QVC audio?
No, QVC's like home, it's home shopping.
Like you can shop on TV and everything, but he sells on there, and he sells this. It's called Lugs. It's called Lugs is what it is, and it's a pretty amazing brand all around.
A brand of what?
Well, everything, but it's like they have bags. I would say it's like their biggest thing. I mean, I know. Don't hate on me. I did not do my research before this.
That's fine. No, we're rapid firing you.
But yeah, like it's. I mean, he came into pickleball. When we were out here playing pickleball when he was up here, with his lug bag, and I was just like, "What is it kind of like a bog bag?" It's. Do you know what
a bog bag is?
Yes, it is.
Is it like that kind of similar?
But it's like it's just the space. It's very.
So he's an entrepreneur.
Just the idea, but I mean, I think he also sells for his friend as well too. Yeah. But like, and I think they have it worked out that way. But I think the bag was bomb. Like there were so many little compartments into it. On the outside, you can sit there to put it onto your carry-on. Yeah. There you go, Bobby. Right? It won't be nothing. It's chump change for you. All right. But I love you and I miss you.
Oh. Well, we know
and I hope you're safe.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No. Of course. Yeah. You saw the video of the people running in the airport. Were you at that airport? Obviously.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
God.
It's crazy to see that, and just people running in fear and doing that.
Yeah, I know.
It's so wild. I mean, it's pretty surreal when you're seeing stuff like, here's one thing, and then boom, here's the other. It's like in the California wildfires. Like it's
totally. When you've been to a place that you're seeing the news happen and things happen, like it definitely hits differently. You're like, oh my God, like I was just there, or I was there a year ago, or whatever it might be. But.
It was so weird. It's so crazy. Like during COVID and everything, during that, like, people were hating on Asian people and stuff. You remember like the guy came in and was like, and pushed that old Asian guy down. That was in Chinatown where I used to go and like eat, all the time and chill. And I was just like, damn, I recognize that street, the whole entire thing. Like, it's like wild.
You grew up in the Oakland area?
Sure did.
Yeah.
Yep. Up in North Oakland.
Nice. Not San Francisco. Do
Right,
not say that they are the same. I learned that.
Yeah, no. Hell no.
Across they're separated by water, yeah?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
By a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how long did you live out there, and how'd you get out to the Berkshires?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I grew up there, and I basically graduated, and I used college as a way out, and I went to UMass. And that's
The zoo? UMass
the zoo,
Amherst?
baby, and
Nice.
I never looked back. I absolutely I came there for freshman convocation and just like during fall foliage, and I was in love. I was in love. I mean, and then I soon realized I didn't know what a nor'easter was, and so I was and it was one of the worst ones.
Yeah.
And I was like snowed in, and I remember calling my mom. It's like, I don't like this. I don't want this. I don't want to be here. She's like, nope, you chose this school. You're gonna go out there, like strict tiger mom, So she was like, nope, you're gonna stay out there. And but I soon realized, like, just kind of like the Berkshires here too. It's like the New England really gives the best 4-season vibes that you can
couldn't
possibly
agree with
able
you
to
more.
get. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. And I mean, just, I always tell people who are from out here who's just like, oh, it's snowing in, or oh, it's springtime and fall. And I'm just like,
Appreciate the season.
I know. Like,
Yeah.
there's people like myself who've only been like to one season. It's hot, And I mean, I love, don't get me wrong, love the West Coast. It's also a vibe in itself too. But like, I love the 4 seasons. It keeps you like, I feel it just keeps you going, really.
Yeah.
You can't sit here to appreciate summer without the winter, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And if you keep busy, I find like, especially to thrive out here in the Berkshires, especially to be a Berkshirite, you really enjoy the 4 seasons and what they really have to do. I mean,
I'm with you, dude.
break it down, you only got 3 months of each season, in a year.
Some seem longer than others to some people, but I
some
get it.
do.
But I get it.
Yeah, we're itching for spring right around now. I mean, March is here. What's that?
I'm trying to ski through
Yeah.
the month
Talking
through the month of
about.
March.
Yeah.
That is my
Yeah.
goal in Berkshire County, but nobody else wants that. Your parents are still out in California?
Absolutely.
What's their story? They first generation immigrants?
First
I'm gonna
generation,
assume? Where
first
did it-
generation
from-
immigrants from Vietnam.
Not, Vietnam is
up.
on my bucket
Yeah,
list
baby.
of
Far
travel
out, man.
spots.
Yeah,
Vietnam
baby.
is like top 5 right now.
It's
of places
amazing.
I want to get to.
It's amazing, and the economy is growing there super fast. Everyone's going there. They're just like, it's incredible. And also, more importantly, like, just the culture in itself. Like, everyone's just like, oh, pho. But there's so many different ways of how it's made, and even the dialects from south to north. It's incredible. Love it.
You
Love it.
get a chance to go back there often?
No,
Or go-
because that shit's expensive
Yeah.
to get out there. But
I
getting
get it, I
there,
get it.
but once you're there,
Yeah.
king queen style, But
Yeah.
like, when
I
you,
want to go.
it's awesome though. I gotta say, it's definitely. I went there when it was my mom's present for me graduating high school, and we went out there for 3 months.
Oh,
And
wow.
I know. So I was like, oh yeah, 3 months. Yeah. And then, I mean, man, it's like, even it's a rainy season at that time during the summertime, but man, it's hotter than shit.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so hot.
Very.
But the culture is beautiful. The everything, like, you could just. I mean, I was with a lot of like family and family friends there, so like, damn, like I got a family out there they live off the land. They bought all this land in the back, and they just basically grew all of their vegetables and stuff, and they built this ginormous pond out there in the back, and they just literally
Living
off the land.
That's
and
amazing.
Yeah.
they went in with a big ass net, and they pulled out this ginormous like fish from it that was been living there, and we just they cooked it up that night and fed like
There's nothing better
20
than
people. We were it was jamming. Everybody it was great.
Yeah, what a
It's
fun thing.
fantastic.
And a way to connect, with your heritage. It's
Absolutely.
awesome.
When did your folks come over from Vietnam?
Oh dang! Like, my mom was like, I want to say 12, and I think like my dad was, I want to say maybe 16.
So this was obviously post-war.
Yeah, actually, a lot of it was because of war. So,
Yeah.
as why a lot of people have been, had to be
Of course.
relocated.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, they came out here, and they just, once again, just the same exact thing, the American dream,
Yeah.
being able to do better than where you're at, and making sure your kids can be able to do better than where you're at. And,
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah.
That's a thing. I don't know if this is a stereotype or not, but that's very much a thing I associate with Asian cultures and Asian families, like the importance of raising your kids to give them a better life than you did, but also being super strict and an emphasis on education. I mean, again, definitely a stereotype. I'm sure that's not true in every family, but most of my friends who are children of Asian immigrants definitely align with that.
Absolutely. 110%. I mean, it's just like, and in my algorithms, it's all the stuff that basically I never even knew that I was in here. I just thought for the longest time that this was just me, and I was, like strict tiger mom and all this stuff. And even just the mentality of the things that she does, but then I'm going on TikTok and you see all these guys who are just same age as me talking about the same shit that I've grown up in and did. And
You're 42?
42.
What was your SAT score?
It was a 1250.
Yeah.
Damn.
Which is a fail.
Slater, we're not gonna get in ours.
990. Yeah.
990.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm like Gavin Newsom, dude.
I don't know if that's
see that clip?
No,
No.
but I also
Nobody
don't.
saw that clip? Oh, come on, yo.
Was that the one where he was talking about like
He was trying to relate to like, yes,
to
he's trying to relate to a bunch of black people. He was like, oh, my
I remember
SAT
that.
score is low. I can't
Come
read.
on.
I'm
I
like,
can't read
you, I
either.
swear
Oh
to
my
God.
I think I briefly did see that this morning.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. That's almost as bad as we love
so
the poorly
bad.
educated.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's so
Or
bad.
if you ain't black, if you're not voting for me, then you ain't black.
Yeah,
Biden.
yeah.
Joe Biden, yeah.
Oh boy.
We love the poorly educated. Oh my God. Yeah, 1250. Nice.
Yeah. And how so?
Tell that to my mom.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Would have came back shaking her
Could
head.
have done better.
Uh-huh.
Could have done better.
Yeah.
That was my highest
Do you have
score,
siblings?
so. I do.
Yeah.
I do. I'm the middle child.
Yeah.
I am.
Fun.
Yep. I got a big sister. Shout out to Kimmy from Oakland and living up in Hayward. And then my brother is up in Boston right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd you get into fitness? Because you've been in
Yeah.
the fitness world a long time.
Well,
He's a personal trainer, by the way.
yeah.
I guess we should
Tuan's a
specify
personal
that.
trainer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have been. I mean, you've literally been in the fitness game for
For a long time.
a long time.
Yeah. And I gotta
Back
say,
when Bousquet
like,
Sport was Berkshire East or Berkshire
Berkshire
West.
West, yeah.
Berkshire West.
Berkshire West.
Yeah.
And then, like, actually, even before that, I was working up in Great Barrington. I was working at a place called Berkshire Functional Fitness, BFF. Yeah. I
Don't know
milked
why that
that
never
shit.
caught on.
Dude, I milked that shit for a long time.
Before
too.
the
Even our logo
acronym
said
years,
BFF
it
too.
took over.
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah, it was awesome. I fell in love with fitness is just simply because like just even exercise in sports has just been such a milestone in my life, and it was also a great escape. But fitness never really took on a big role until like I really got into like college, and I was on the UMASS co-ed cheerleading team, and a lot of that had to do it's I played a lot of sports, but cheerleading was definitely the number one thing that just like you're in constant. You have so many categories to basically be able to hit, and you're in constant, trying to be able to improve yourself. And a lot of the things that you're trying to be able to do is just aiming for. I found it just to not hurt yourself. So doing it the right way and repetition is what's the key, to that.
I mean, staying injury free is, what we all strive
every
for,
athlete,
right?
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I'm incredibly thankful for the coaches that I had, that just kept the mentality of trying to being able to continue to be able to better yourself and to prove yourself, not to improve yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, blessed. And it took, I said, it was my love for cheerleading is what basically kind of did it. That I ended up getting injured. And I was on the world stage. I worked for many years in an all-star team, and in the all-star
The world
program.
of competitive cheerleading is insane,
Yes.
by the way,
Yeah.
especially on a
Yes.
collegiate level.
And I was doing that. I did, so UMass was a D1 school, and we went to nationals down in Daytona. It's fantastic, and and I didn't want it to end, so I continued it on, and I went to All Stars after that, and worked for years trying to be able to get to what's called Worlds. It's the Olympics of cheerleading. It's the best of the best, the entire world, that had to compete, get a bid, and to be able to be invited to be able to be here to represent that program that is paying for you to be able to go there. Worked super hard to be able to do it, and then I'm on the world's mat, and I got injured. I've been, injured before, but like this one was like traumatic. It was like horrible knee injury, and I couldn't get up. I couldn't, like, the whole entire thing. It was quite literally the worst thing ever. And then afterwards, a lot of times too, it's like it took a lot of soul searching, because I mean, if you ever were an athlete and you're at the top of your game and you get injured,
Yeah.
it
Seems
does
like your
something to
world's
you.
kind of
You're
collapsing.
absolutely right, because a lot of like sports and what you do and everything, it's like
Your
that's-
identity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah, a lot of
so-
professionessional athletes relate to that.
Absolutely.
Whether or
And-
not it's a career-ending injury or retirement, like it's like, well, who am I if I'm not,
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
On the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, yeah, you're at that top tier
Yeah.
in
Oh,
radio. You know what I
definitely,
mean? Like
yeah.
when you have a career or a passion or something that kind of defines you, takes on your
Yeah.
personality a little bit. It can be devastating when that's
Right.
taken away.
Like, say, for instance, like you lost your vocal cords or something.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah.
like, you can't do sign language right now, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you could maybe, but
Yeah.
I know, and that's
Yeah.
like Savannah Guthrie just had vocal surgery. Still can't find her mom. Unbelievable.
that's crazy. Though.
I know.
Crazy, dude.
It's horrible. I can't
wild.
imagine
And now
what
Hoda
that
Kotb's
family...
back in that chair. That's kind of fucking weird, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
She's gone for a couple of weeks too, and
Couple
she's like a
weeks, dude.
She's like an old little lady as well too. So I'm like,
yeah.
Did you just call Hoda an old lady? Is that what you said?
They talking about the mom or
the
Hoda?
mom.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I was like, wait,
meant the
I was
mom.
Nancy.
confused for a second.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely
No, it's in
definitely.
all seriousness. It's a really, I can't imagine what that family is going through. It's hard enough to lose a parent, but then like literally not knowing and wanting to hold out hope, but also that's got to be painful in itself. And at what point are you starting to like think maybe this isn't gonna, maybe we're not gonna find her? It's just awful.
It's scary.
Yeah.
And she looks rough too. Savannah looks rough
Yeah.
in those videos.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I
terrible.
can imagine. Yeah. It's really sad.
So you are training at
Yes.
what's that?
I said we digress, but I was, but
Yeah. So
And
anyway,
we pivot. So anyway.
yeah, we hope they find her.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, how do you segue out of that one?
No, I know. I got you.
no, but it's just in regards to just fitness, I absolutely love it. I found like, I
You
mean, I
can
was
tell
already
that
in
you
the
love
fitness.
It.
I was
see
already
you
in the
training
fitness.
people all the time, and sometimes I want to be like, oh, have fun with that one, Tuan.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Did you
No,
ever
I
want to
love
be
'em.
big?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so yeah, because like
Absolutely not. I
so-
found that like what I want to do and how I want to do, big doesn't necessarily work for that. And no shame, no tea, no shade.
everybody's gonna
get
have
to
different
big guys.
fitness goals, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I absolutely love about it, is the fact that like, I give a lot of love for anybody who's going to stay here to be able to better themselves, whether that is to be able to be a bodybuilder, to even just like a grandma trying to stay here to get up off the floor, like
Be able to
it's-
play with their grandkids or
right.
whatever.
I
yeah.
mean, everyone comes in to me with a very different health and fitness goal, and for me, I think what I love about my job is that I have the tools and the ability to be able to help them, really kind of see where they're at, more importantly, and then the goals and steps that we're going to basically take to be able to get there. And that all happens like in the orientation. A lot of times I've never met these people,
Yeah.
and so in
You're
the
gonna get to know them
orientation-
real quick.
Very
Because we
much
all know
so.
personal trainers double as psychologists, right?
Yeah, which is also another really great thing that makes this job. I call it my job is like the best job in the world, aside from being on, on the air and everything. But I think my job is like the best, absolutely best job in the entire world. It's fulfilling in so many.
Yeah.
It fulfills the buckets. You can just see your clients like excitement hitting a PR, or more importantly, hitting their health and fitness goals at a safe, reasonable time. I want to stay here to go and climb Machu Picchu, and I've never hiked a day in my life, and I have like 6 months to be able to do it. How are we going to do it? And I was like, well, let's start off with get your ass on the fucking Stairmaster. Let's see where we're at right now. You know what I mean?
Let's get your baseline
let's
fitness
see
here.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
all right, so where should they be at? Give me an age. Or give me an example. Like all right, so get on the Stairmaster. Let's see where you're at. How old is this person?
Right. Well,
What do
I
they
mean,
weigh?
obviously, like I'd be like, well, the first question is just like, what is it that I need to know about, that can hinder exercise or to hinder your fitness goals that you're looking for from me, So if they're like, okay, well, let me tell you, like I got a bad back, I got a bad knee, or like my ankles, or I had previous surgery, like these are all things that we take into account, and also their movement patterns to be able to make sure that they can be able to hike.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just have to break the news that I'm sorry, but I don't think that I'm the trainer that could be able to help you with what you're trying
Sometimes
to
you got to
do.
break up with people.
Yeah. And I mean, it's something that I don't sit here to say that it's not them, it's me, I know where my strengths are. I know what I'm good at,
Yeah.
and if somebody's coming to me that it's something I can't sit here to be able to do, I'm going to do what anyone does. I'm going to refer them to somebody who I think that they can, and best of luck on your fitness journey.
Yeah.
It's not something that like I'm by no means I'm going to sit here I can train everybody and anyone. That's the biggest misconception when you're going to a trainer. It's like, well, I thought you can, do X, Y, and Z for me. And I think that, I always say to new trainers as well too, is that, you're hungry and you want to fucking get your first client or all these clients and do all that stuff. But I think like you're successful when you know what you're good at.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's about the client as well too. Does that work well with that client? And does your philosophy on fitness fit their fitness goals and health and wellness goals? And a lot of those are like hard. I think a lot of times when you're getting certified and new to the game, it's tough to be able to try to, understand that because you're so hungry. You're like, I watch TikTok. I know what we're going to do,
we were talking a little bit off air, and that's kind of what I wanted to ask your opinion on. Like, the world of social media and influencing and all of that has changed fitness dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you see that affecting people? And how, I imagine there must be a fair amount of people who unrealistically come in and want, like, I'm going to do squats for a month, and I'm going to have an ass that looks like J-Lo's.
Like that,
or whatever it might be, whatever the example might be. Like,
Oh, they come in with like, during the orientation, they're just like, it's like, is it true if we could be able to do the X, Y, and Z and doing these exercises? Or like, is it true that if I did 50 sit-ups in the morning time and then 50 sit-ups at nighttime, I'll get that six pack that I need?
Well, that's what the thing on Instagram said. Like, why?
Exactly. Yeah. A lot of time too, I mean, you can cut through the bullshit. You can say here to be able to be really truthful to somebody, like for instance, the ab one is, your abs are made in the kitchen, bro. You got to lean up.
Yeah.
There's abs under there. You can condition them. You can be able to put them in an environment to be able to grow.
You can have a strong core and still not see any visible abs.
Absolutely right.
Abs under
Yeah.
there.
So
it's
I
true.
mean,
I know.
those are things those are kind of like the realities that you would tell people, But really, when it comes to exercises and stuff, and people are like, "Yo, I want to do this or I want to do that," and is this? I always say here to say is like, first off, most importantly, is what's your health history? Like, what is it that can possibly hinder yourself or hurt yourself doing this exercise? Because most of the times, 9 times out of 10, the exercises that you're looking at is from somebody who doesn't have an asymmetry, a discrepancy, an injury. They're doing weights in which that they've been doing for a long period of time. Most of the time, these
these fitness influencers, you mean? Yeah.
Most of these influencers have there's an influencer who's like a football player, built like a brick shit house, who's got legs like tree trunks, and who's like, I'm gonna do Bulgarian split squats.
Yeah.
This is what I do to be able to do that, and people see that as like, okay, well, this is the pinnacle of what I get. If I can get an ass like that, then I'm gonna sit here to go and do that.
You genetically might have a body type that your ass is never gonna look like that, right?
Here I am. I'm Asian right here. How many big booty Asian people you gonna do?
Yeah.
But,
Same here, dude. I'm Irish, man. I cannot. Don't look at me like that, dude. I mean, how much more do you want me to do?
I don't know how much glue work you do, dude. I have no idea.
What I'm saying is, I don't think I could ever be like, I've been doing weights, a couple of years now, maybe, a year and a half, maybe.
We'll round up to 2. Okay.
The weight amount is going up, but like, I feel like I don't look that much different. I mean, maybe a little bit. Like Jackie will say, like, "Oh no, you look a little." But different.
You also
your shoulders
don't
look a little bit bigger. Like,
people also have body dysmorphia, so like you don't take you. The only really realistic way you're gonna know, like, sure, you can weigh yourself, but it's measurements, right? It's how your clothes are fitting and things. I mean, we've had guests come into the studio who haven't seen you for 6 months a year, and they're like, "Oh, you look good. Have you been working out?" Like, I might not notice it because I see you every single day or whatever. But and you gotta have to respect your natural body type. Like my body, no matter how much I work out, no matter how much I eat, I'm never gonna look like Kendall Jenner. That is not how my body is built. I have big hips and a big ass. Like that's just it is what it is.
So anything
just
is
like
not
somebody
possible.
I always say here to say is try.
Yeah, of course.
Try
like to get what
safely.
we've never had, you must do what you've never done, right?
Correct.
I mean, you have to. But like to you, do you have abs? Like, do you have a 6-pack?
It's under
Four-pack?
there.
Take your shirt off
It's
right
under
now.
there.
No.
Do you have
Right.
like is important to you?
Absolutely not.
What is important to you?
The ability to be able to move freely
Yeah.
and healthily, so I can move often.
Yeah.
I have
Just because you like moving.
absolutely, like I said, I'm living here in the Four Seasons, so like I love hiking, I love skiing, I love skateboarding, like I love roller hockey, I love snowboarding. Like, I mean, in the wintertime, like these are physical activities that I love to enjoy. Plus, I have a 9-year-old daughter who I need to keep up with, and I love running with her. We love playing chase and tag.
And your child's going to mirror that.
Exactly.
If you have a focus on health, fitness, and wellness, like that's going to be mirrored.
Exactly. I mean, I'm over here like, and it's not that I don't work out. It's just, like I said, I want to be able to demonstrate the movements as well, too. I want to sit here to be able to join my clients into being able to do a set with them. And more importantly, like, when I remembered when I was injured, I was unable and I hated feeling that way. It was
There
just
you
more
go.
of like, it's in my head that I was unable to do something that I wanted to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know? And so,
I hear
it was
you.
a
on
life.
that
It was
one,
like I
brother.
said.
Yeah.
It was a pretty traumatic injury to myself, and it took a lot of dialing back to be able to find a lot of soul searching. You
Yeah.
know, and so, like I said, growing up in this fitness industry, I've met so many trainers that just look like AI. You know, and like, it's great and everything, and more power to them. You know, but like, for me, I love dancing. You know?
Yeah.
So put that fool on the dance floor. Let's see how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I love being able to move and have a good time. I love to be able to know that I can be able to bring my groceries in one trip, you know?
Yeah.
And like, there's things like in exercise.
Not
I like to be
bend
able to
over
prep
and tie
myself.
your shoe and have your big fat face fill up with blood.
Yeah, exactly. You know?
I said to a friend of mine the other day, and don't get me wrong, like a nice byproduct of exercising and eating healthy is usually your body changes for the better, right?
Yeah.
Physically.
It adapts.
And
is what it
don't
is,
get me
yes.
wrong, I would love to lose weight. Society treats you better when you're thinner. I mean, I've been thinner than this and I've been bigger than this. But I've realized now going to the gym and working out for me not only mentally gives me clarity, but like I just want to 20, 25 years from now be able to do the same shit I'm doing now.
That's right.
I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to
right.
hike. I want to be able to ski. Like I just want to be able to continue getting the most out of. I mean, how many
Life.
people do we look at who are in their 60s and they look like they can't do anything? Like I just want to be able to be active enough. Like I used to solely be focused on the weight and the size and all of that, and now it's just like about being able to live your life. In
Right.
a
Like I said, it's like
enjoyable way.
and also into this in this
But getting
in this
jacked is
industry.
nice too. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
And those are always, and I always say too, it's like, you know, that's also another great byproduct. You know, I say like if you're lifting for yourself, you're lifting to be able to invest in yourself, you know? And then like why you're lifting is a whole nother reason. You know, people do it for the vanity. I like to do it more so for the fact that I'm healthy enough to be able to do what I want to do, you know? And those
But
are
you also
my
like to look
goals.
good, right?
Yeah, that helps too.
mean-
Like I said, that helps as well too. But I mean like
Like you would never let yourself go.
absolutely not. I don't.
Right.
I find that my lifestyle and how in order for me to be able to maintain my lifestyle, it doesn't. I can't sit here to eat a shit ton of food or take in extra calories in doing that. Like in my mind and everything too, it's like when I'm full, I'm full. I'm good. You know, it's like, and I'm also responsible too. It's like if I'm gonna go out for a night of drinking, I'm just gonna making sure. Like if I'm drinking my calories or something, I'm gonna be responsible about
What
not-
you're eating.
Yeah, you know, like it's just.
Do you?
it's just
What
a
do
mindset.
you eat? Like, what's your? I know Slater's dying to ask.
Talk to
What-
me.
Yeah, like what kind of stuff do you eat? What do you think are the biggest misconceptions? And what are you eating? Like, I probably eat. I would say
Love
like
it.
60-40, like 60 healthy, 40. I know that's everything. That's food and alcohol. I would think that's where I'm at. Would I like to be 70-30, 80-20? Sure, but realistically, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm probably 60-40.
Yeah. Okay.
Where
all
are
right.
you at? And what should we be eating? Slater's big on that.
The number one thing, I mean, if like I said, I'm just gonna go to the science about it and everything. Stop the processed foods. You know.
Yeah,
I think
that's what
also
he's on
like,
right now. What day, Slater? 26
it's-
days in.
yeah,
to
26 days
no
in, yeah.
processed
Damn right.
foods.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
dude, I was a 50-50.
I used to call him the drive-through king.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
dude, I would have a Wendy's Dave's double, or
he would
a-
go to the gym and then hit Wendy's
yeah,
afterwards.
or McDonald's double quarter pounder almost every single day.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of, and honestly, like a lot of people can relate to that, and a lot of people say here to even do more than that too.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
like.
And and my blood work came back, like cholesterol, everything was fine, but my liver enzymes were slightly elevated. And the doctor was like, okay, you're not drinking. I'm like, no. And then he's like, you taking a lot of Tylenol? I'm like, no. He's like, all right, well, we're going to get him rechecked in 6 months. He's like, what do you eat? And I said, well, I eat a lot of processed food. He's like, all right, well, cut that out. And so I was like, done, 0. So I'm doing an experiment. And
That's pretty big of you as well too. By the way, not a lot of people can really even just do that. I mean, it's just really tough. because-
Have you had any processed foods in the last 26 days? Well, you were on vacation too, so that,
Yeah, I have. Yes, I have.
really count.
But I mean, like I said, it's just everything in moderation. Like if you're not, like I wouldn't say here to go to McDonald's or a fast food restaurant every single day. But I mean, like if I'm going to if it's a last minute thing and I haven't eaten all day, I mean, I can justify the calories, you know, if I need to. But I'm not going to sit here to get like a number one McFrap, a I don't know, an apple pie or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, McFlurry, whatever it is. Like, I'm not going to just get a whole thing of something, you know? It's more along the lines of just being able to, like, tie me over or something. If I know what my next meal is going to basically be, or if I'm not going to have another meal after this here, like, you know, I was stuck coming back to Boston, because of the plane delay, and I had my daughter with me, you know, so like we're up in the thing, we're walking through, and so I was like, all right, instead of the Wendy's right there was actually an airport like kiosk area that had like sandwiches and like
wraps and salads and stuff like that.
And if I mean, veggie chips aren't the best, but I mean, I gave her that option as opposed to
It's
sitting
better
there
than
Lay's, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, there's options. There's ways to being able to sit here to, you know, to choose what you're putting in your mouth to be able to, you know, for substance.
What'd you have for breakfast this morning?
I had 3 fried eggs and then bacon, and then I have like coffee, like black coffee.
Nice.
Yeah.
No carbs. All protein and fat and coffee.
Especially for me, it's in the morning time.
Yeah.
I find like it hits ketosis a lot better.
Yes.
I find like it's not that quick, rapid energy. So what you do, for me, can't speak for everybody, but if I'm sitting here eating a really high carb breakfast, I get that rapid rush of energy.
Absolutely.
I'm ready to go,
You're
like doing it
starving
up.
by 11 o'clock.
Yeah. If not, like I feel that by like 10:30, and then I'm sitting here eating more.
Yep.
You know, I find like a higher fat, higher protein breakfast really does help with like more sustained energy through the day. Like today, I mean, I taught a Zumba class this morning, and I don't know if y'all take my Zumba class, but you know, we get it. We're doing it. I'm having the best time. Like I said, I love dancing. I love expressing how I feel, and you know, the best thing about being a Zumba instructor, I get to choose my playlist. So
Yeah.
I know what I get to jam out to. And
Playlist is just so important. He's a psycho who doesn't listen to music when he works out. I don't understand how people run and or work out without music. I know. I don't understand. If I forget my headphones, I will leave the gym, go home, get headphones, and come back.
why, Slater?
And he loves music too.
And I love music, yeah. Well, I
gonna say,
just
on the
started,
radio,
like when I was
too.
getting my steps in the other day on the treadmill in the basement, I was like, you know, let me put on some music. And it was way better, dude. Oh my God, bro. It was
Got
way
a
better.
good playlist, like
Yeah.
our boy, our
Listen.
dancing, your friend
Oh my
there. I
God,
saw at the gym the other
yes.
day. This dude was like crip walking through the free weights. You could tell he was feeling whatever was in his headphones, and he did not care. He was getting it in. It was great.
And that's
He made me happy.
why he's my best friend.
Yeah.
You know,
I
like,
love that you know
it's
him.
the
I was like,
vibe.
hey, there was this ginger kid dancing at the gym the other day.
I was like, I know that one. I know him. I know that freckle bitch.
Also, I just want to clarify publicly that I know when you see me, I'm mostly doing legs, but I swear to God, I'm not one of those girls. Like, I feel like guys only do upper body and girls only do legs. You just happen to catch me on leg day sometimes.
Don't worry.
Juan,
It's
okay?
just no judgment. There is no judgment.
You were
you
judging
know,
me.
never.
You're like, oh, this bitch is doing fucking
Never.
lunges again.
Talk about judgment. Marjo doesn't react to any guy who goes to Planet Fitness.
That's not true.
Like she'll judge them and write them off and be like, listen, I'm
lot-
bad.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Planet Fitness is very recognizable. This is not a shot at Planet Fitness. If they want to sponsor the podcast, we're more than happy to take their money. I'm just saying, on like dating apps, or on the one dating app that I'm on,
You'll see the purple.
yeah, a lot of guys post gym selfies, which I find a little cringe. But hey, you're into fitness. That's an important part. You look good, whatever. But yeah, if I see that purple machinery,
thing.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
you should. The shit that I zoom in on these guys, the
It's a
stuff
vibe.
that these guys
That's what it
post.
is.
The dirty mirrors that they take their selfies at, like, I can't even. I've got
Listen,
some
buy-
hilarious
They probably walk around with their, you know, they probably walk around the bathroom with no shoes on.
Are you
so-
dating anyone right now? Can I ask you that?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, you are. Or absolutely,
Absolutely.
oh, okay.
Absolutely
All right, I was going to
dating
ask you if you
someone.
were on the dating apps. Oh, okay. All right, never mind.
We met on an app. So if
What
that
app?
helps.
What app?
The best app ever. No, Grinder.
Oh,
Met on
okay.
Grindr.
Did you really? Yeah.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Good for
At
you.
least, I mean, no. It's not fantastic. The app is not fantastic. Absolutely not.
Well, it worked
But,
for you, so.
I thought
would
Grindr
say-
was more hookup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then it just turned into.
Yeah, I guess you could say
Yeah.
that. I mean, for the most part, when I talk to a lot of people here in regards to dating, a lot of it starts off that way, anyways. You know, so it's like, you know,
This person local.
Well, I'm sorry, my community.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's awesome. But yeah, he's awesome. We've been going out for a long time, or I would say a long time in the gay world. You know, it's like about a year and a little over a year and a
Yeah.
half.
That's a long time in the straight world, too.
That is?
Yeah, a year and a half? I mean, you probably want to be together for a significant amount of time if you've been dating for a year and a half, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a long time, but it's not nothing. Year and a half is definitely something. You going out with someone a year and a half, that's serious, dude.
Yeah. And especially when you're in your 40s, too. Like,
Definitely.
I would say if you were 25 or 22 in a year and a half, I'd be like, yeah, okay, good luck, kid. You know what I mean? But at 42, I think you just know more about life, more about what you want.
Absolutely.
And Marjo and I are of the opinion that it takes a long time to get to know somebody.
To, like, truly get to know someone.
You're absolutely right.
Dude, that shine,
it
takes a long time for that shine to come off.
And you got to go through some shit, too.
Yeah.
You got to weather a couple storms
You
together
do.
because, you got to find out what you're really made of, right?
You're absolutely right. And also just how their temperament is. Like, do they travel well? You know, I mean, everyone's different in regards to their checklist to be able to find out who their perfect person is. But, you know, I didn't have any time to waste. So, I mean, we did all that. We went to like New York City. I called it a dry run for how he handled himself.
You got to do a long weekend before you commit to like the full week plus vacation. Yeah,
very much.
I went on vacation in October with a group of people, but I was sharing a room with this guy and I was like, this is too small of a space for the two of us to go exist in for this long. Like towards the end of it, I was like, I just need. The bathroom was right on top of everything. I was like, I just need a little more room, a little more space, physically a little more room in this room. Traveling, you definitely learn a lot about people.
I do.
That is very true.
And so, good for him. He passed, and so then we went to We went to Puerto Rico after that.
Oh yes,
yeah.
gorgeous.
Slater and his fiance have been there too. We love Puerto Rico.
Love that spot. Where'd you stay?
We stayed at an Airbnb. It was kind of like right, kind of like in the center. We didn't really want to go too far to I'm not sure, right where the rainforest was, or we didn't really want to go too far. I'm not sure. Where
did we go? Where's La Concha? Where is?
You were in San Juan. You were definitely in San Juan. I gave you the hotel recommendation.
That's right.
You were definitely
we went to Old
San
Juan, which is the little town. And then we went to El Morro, which is the war armory there, or whatever the hell. You know,
it's like right there on that.
Yeah. Puerto Rico was awesome. Great, dude.
Yeah, we love it.
Great,
we're big fans.
I really liked it. It rained like the first 3 days we were there, or the first 2 days we were there. But anyway,
it's always luck of the draw like that when you go on vacation and stuff too.
I know.
So,
but the waves were wicked big. The ocean was clean. I was like, this is the fucking nuts, dude. I loved it.
Yeah, and it's convenient. It's easy. You don't have to do customs. You don't have to have a passport. It's kind of like flying to Florida, basically.
No cartel.
No.
Well,
none whatsoever.
I love Mexico. I will repeatedly go there. I'm a repeat customer. Is your partner into fitness as well, or no?
Not as
much. The thing is that like, I don't push it. I don't push like what I normally do and what I see and everything. I see a bigger picture in regards to like who I want to be.
Slater gives his fiance Jackie shit about knots. And she's beautiful and she's stunning and she doesn't need to lose weight or anything like that. It's more you just want her to be active and healthy with you. So he
Yeah, well, because she feels like
I condescendingly, and Jackie and I kind of both jumped down his throat a little bit. He was like, "Are you going to get on the treadmill today?" You know, I was like, "Whoa!"
Well, I mean, I think she feels like shit. She's got some back issues going on. Okay. All right, but yeah, she's in that space where she's like not exercising, and like I mean, how encouraging can you be without saying, hey, you want to go for a walk, or hey, let's do the treadmill today, or hey, you want to go work out for me?
What you say, it's how you say it. Like
how do you say it? That's very girl guy relationship.
How do you not like
that's very hetero?
It's very hetero.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
No, yeah.
So how would you, like, if you were in his position, like what would you?
I would say her to bring family out. I would take family out. I would say her to make an event out of it. I would say, let's go to the beach. Let's go to the park. Let's try something different.
Sure. I mean, like you went for a walk outside with the dog the other day, which normally you guys do.
She wanted to walk up the hill, and I was like, all right, let's walk up the hill. And she's like, I'm in pain. I'm like, well, what level out of 10, She's like, I'm in 6 out of 10 pain. And
then maybe we would look for another trail to be able to go to.
I mean, it was just our street we live on, but
yeah.
She's kind of a no bullshit person, so I don't feel like I'm like, I don't know. And she was like a track star in high school. She knows what it's like to move, like it's not like she doesn't know.
Also, maybe if anything too, that could just be a residual injury from being an athlete as well too. I mean,
it is. It's all that, but I'm a tough love kind of guy sometimes. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would say
shame.
Shame
Shame works well with me. People have to shame me.
No. I have a great saying. Is,
You know what I mean?
No shame, no gain, right?
Yes.
So
Good
have
old
to sit
shame
there.
works every once in a
people
while.
respond in
I'm my
different-
mother's son. I mean, she
Yeah.
she loved to shame me. You know?
People respond to different stuff. I mean, we talk about this all the time when we talk
Yeah.
about working out. Like I respond to, all right, you little bitch, let's go. Like what? That's all you got. Like I respond to shit talk.
Yeah.
Not everybody does. Some people
Right.
are gonna, and I imagine as a personal trainer, you got to get to know people.
It's exactly
right?
that. And
Do you
so-
have like one set style, or is it very
Oh no.
client based?
No, I find in order for you to be successful, which they don't really show you in the certifications and everything too, is that you need to be able to really know how to read people. You need to sit here to know how to like talk to people. And you also need to listen to people too, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very fortunate that I was a coach. You're trying to be able to get a job done. You're trying to be able to get the best out of your athletes, and for me, I know it's very different for all the other coaches, but I have to say here, every athlete and every person speaks a different language when it comes to learning, accepting, and also doing. You can sit here to say something till they're blue in the face, but if they don't know the why, they're not going to do,
Yeah.
And so it's really as one of the hats that I have to wear is being a motivator, but more importantly, being able to speak the language so that they can be successful. I'm at the end of the day, you're coming to me to get a result that you want, and how am I going to be able to motivate you to be able to do so? You probably wouldn't come in here to the gym if I wasn't here to keep you accountable. So how am I going to sit here to be able to motivate you, talk to you, inspire you, so that way you can sit here to be able to achieve your goals and be able to push past what you didn't think was possible? And these are all objectives that go in my head. I know that's different for all the other trainers as well too, but we share many of the same kind of principles when it comes to that. These strangers who are coming to you, and it's a very vulnerable time too, as well.
Absolutely.
Don't get me wrong. It's
Especially
very
when you're
vulnerable.
new to it, in a new, you know what I mean? It's intimidating.
And it all goes into reading people. The thing is that, when you're coming in and they're talking to you, it's very personal, and it's something that I take to the utmost, like, respect, and I hold that humbly, because I will always, and later on when I build a rapport and they're okay, I'll be like, okay, well, why are we doing this, bitch? Let's go.
Once you've built that
you
kind
are
of trust
dying
with them.
and you just did all of this work and you have 3 reps left. 3, just 3. Which is the most important, which is, by the way, the most important reps, by the way, which is, if I can drop
3.
any kind of knowledge to anybody who's listening,
Yeah.
all right, you work out so that you can be able to be fatigued. You want that muscle to be exhausted. So then you push past that point, obviously with safety, because I'm going to make sure, you want to make sure you're safe.
Of course.
But the last 3 reps, really, where you're going to say, you're going to hit a precipice, where your brain is going to sit here to say, no, you can't. And it's at that point, which you need to understand, that your body can do more than what you say here, that your mind is telling you to do.
You got to push through the mental of it at that point.
Absolutely.
Like, physically, your body can do it.
And I got to say, that's one of the biggest things being in this industry for so long. It's seeing, and that's where the trust, the growth, and more importantly, the breakthroughs for your clients come from, is where they're going to dig deep at that moment. And are you going to be that trainer, that coach, that person that's going to be there to make sure that they're safe, but be there to help them achieve that aha moment when they hit that and they're doing it? And believe me, we've all been there. We're all working out. We all work out, and that experience comes in many different packages too. It's not just the last 3 reps. It's
on every set.
Depending on your fitness goal, yeah.
Huh.
I try to every single time.
I know
we try
to
be like
failure,
that.
obviously. I've heard that a million times, but and I've heard
failure to safety, but yes, or safety, to failure.
But even on that first set, you should be like that last one.
So there's
you're not saying it has to be the hardest rep. They're just the most important.
Correct.
Like,
It is
you know
the
how
most
sometimes
important.
people are public speaking and they trail, or you're recording a commercial with a client and they trail off at the end of their sentence.
Yeah,
it's
of
just
course,
important
yeah.
to see it through to the end. You're saying,
Correct.
right?
Yes, and a lot of times too, even on your first set, you're not going in cold trying to bench a 275. You're going to have warm-up reps leading up to that. And those warm-up reps not only help you understand the movement pattern that you're basically doing, what muscles you need to be able to engage, and what's your form, but more importantly, it also helps fatigue that muscle as well too. So by the time you get to your working sets, as opposed to your warm-up sets, that's where you're going to start to feel that. When you're going into your first round, yes, anyone who's going to sit here to work a 3 to 4 set max, the first set is usually the good set. You know, you're going to get in there because you're just, it's just the start of the movement. Of
course.
But yes, of course, the last 3 should feel difficult.
Yeah.
You take your rest time in accordance to what you're trying to be able to do and build. And then you go to your second round. Of course, your second set is going to be harder, but it's always going to be usually right around those last 3 reps is where you really want to be able to focus. I always say at the end of that, if you weren't necessarily, I don't want to call it a struggle, but if you're not going to sit here to be able to really kind of be able to push through there, then it's probably time to be able to reevaluate what the form was, what the weight was as well too. Most of the times I would sit here to say if you were able to complete your 3 sets right there, we need to be able to like either add more weight or do a different kind of warm up to sit here to exhaust that muscle group so that you can be successful.
What's the biggest thing you see people doing wrong? Because obviously you're observing, like you're a personal trainer, but like you're also observing other people working out at the gym who aren't your clients. Like what's the biggest thing you see people doing wrong? And why are you looking at me like that? Like you're thinking of me doing my workouts.
No, I know it's a broad topic, but I would say the biggest thing is bracing your core and utilizing your core.
Yeah, you can do exercises lazily or you can do them.
Like I would say like a bicep curl, swinging a bicep curl coming in is completely different from a controlled curl where your body is not moving. Right. And the only thing moving is the movement itself, you know? And by doing so, it's not only just being able to train your body to be able to stabilize when you're getting certain types of stimuli coming to you, but you focus on the actual muscle that's being worked, you know? So if you're swinging and you're swinging that shoulder out here and you're just giving me a hee-yaw for your bicep curl and everything.
You're using all those other muscles to get that weight up.
Right, you know?
So it's more beneficial to do better reps at a lower weight than messy reps at a higher weight, right?
Correct,
Yeah. And it does, you know, I was told early on, like, he's like, you're going to be at this for years, dude. Just getting the movements down.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, for years. And I'm like, and at first I was like, oh, how long can it take it? But every time I go to that gym, I'm like, oh yeah, all right, I get this now. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like slow down and really enjoy every single.
And that's what I say. That's exactly it.
Going up, going down, bending, like embracing your core. That's difficult to do.
It is hard, hard.
You know, a lot of things to remember.
TRX
like
is like one of my
down,
least
like pulling your shoulders in and not coming way back and yanking it down, and all that shit matters. You know. And,
TRX is one of my least favorite forms of workouts to do because if you're doing them properly and your core is engaged the whole time, it's so fucking hard. It's so hard. And you don't have to pick up a single weight. It's all body weight. And it can be so insanely hard. I'm like, no, fuck that.
Leg extensions are fucking rough, dude. Those things burn.
What's the most hated exercise besides burpees? Are you a burpee guy?
I know there's
guy. Okay.
I like burpees. But I do that for torture. I'm gonna do that more for finishing.
What's the one your clients eye roll are like, the most?
Bulgarian split squats.
Oh yeah.
I love those.
No.
Those are
the thing is, I see
you over there.
No,
dude, those are brutal. Bro.
But it is.
Great. It's a great exercise, but it is brutal.
Actually, you guys just did a perfect example exactly as to what the difference in regards to clients are. You love Bulgarian splits. You
because
do them.
They're hard and because they're effective.
And then Slater's over here just like, they suck. They're super hard. It's just like I said, it's really about mindset as well too. Yeah, leg extensions are hard for you and everything is because you're focusing on a singular muscle contraction to be able to, or muscle group contraction to be able to come up there to complete your movement pattern. Other people who, you know, could sit here to say, nah, I love this. I can do the whole, I could do the whole stack and just hit the 3 sets and okay, you know? So it's just kind of, as I find it, one of the challenges, but also the beauties of training is to be able to find what you're successful at, also what they're not successful at.
Yeah.
I like to strengthen your weaknesses is really what we always call that there too. And so that your last point is about, you know, perfection before progression. So you want to make sure that your form is proper. You want to make sure that you're able to move. When bodybuilders lift, they're always talking about enjoy your reps. You want to feel what you're using.
Yes.
People are sitting there at the pec fly machine just swinging.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have to sit there tell them, it's like I have to come by it and just like feel what muscles you're using.
Yes.
Okay? Like
mind muscle connection.
Yeah.
Like if it's really easy, you're probably not doing it right. Right?
Like if you're flailing all over the place,
you're
probably doing it wrong as well too. You know, unless it's like you're doing an applied or a functional movement that requires multiple muscle groups and multi-planar movements. Okay, and there's also a way to be able to do that safely as well too. You know, so it's just like there's a difference between looking at somebody who is even working towards being a professional, you know, being able to be a professional in their own body in regards to knowing how to move, to somebody who's just kind of winging it.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the same thing that goes to lifting and working out.
Another question I had, like, is there are there people wasting their time completely, or is it something better than nothing? I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm fucking wasting my time. I'm growing no muscle. I look exactly the same. What am I even doing here? I still show up. Mm-hmm. But like, is it possible that you're doing nothing?
Those people you know what? This is also going to tie into those people that sit there on the fucking equipment and fucking look at
Text
their phone
all day.
and don't get the fuck off so then we can go together or want to work out and do
My
a
friend
set.
and I call them cheddars.
Yeah.
We call them the cheddar. Listen.
No, I know those people. I'm not talking about
people. Yes, that's a waste of your time. You're right. But coming into the gym is really the hardest part of the entire workout and being there. Okay. So like, showing up and getting in there is more that you've already done the hardest part of the entire workout. Yeah. For people who are going there, I always say it's always about what they're looking for, when they're at the gym. I hate the fact that people will come in and talk shit about somebody in the gym. They're doing work, they're working on themselves.
Especially
you
new
don't
people.
know.
Dude, I know.
I hate
you don't know
people
that
who
person.
complain at the beginning of the year about the new people in the gym. I'm like, I understand that there maybe is a line for your whatever machine you're waiting for, but like, those people are trying to make an effort, and it's harder to work out when you're not in shape than when you are in shape.
You're right. And I think also too,
embrace them. Like,
you're absolutely right. And the biggest thing that I love about my job, and also what I love to be able to do with my job and the people that I know, is that for those people that do come into the gym and not knowing anybody, I think the biggest support system for you to be able to have is a healthy community of people who can be able to help support you when you're there. When you're we have a really high retention rate when it comes to people like the January 1sters, the new year, new me people. And a lot of times they come into the classrooms, they don't know what to do. They're not going to go to the gym. They're too shy. They don't know anybody that's there. So they come into a gym. They'll sign up for their first fitness class and everything. And I find like when it comes to group fitness, aside from just personal training, semi-privates and small groups, but group fitness is also another beast in itself in regards to training. But it's my job to make sure that when you're coming there, you're going to get an experience. When it comes to group fitness, when you're coming there, you're going to get when you come to my class, you're going to have an experience. You're going to have your ass whooped. You're going to have your ass handed to you, depending on what that class is. If you're going to be Zumba, you're going to be sitting here smiling. You're going to be sweating. You're going to be learning new dance moves and doing it up. And before you know it, you're burning my last one was like 800 calories.
That's wild.
Come on.
I swear. Shoot.
Wow, that's a lot of calories.
Sure is. Yeah. And I enjoy it and I love it and I
fun.
do it. Yup. Yeah. And that's exactly why
everyone's there. How do you replace those calories?
How? Easy when I eat, easy.
I could eat 800 calories easily.
Yeah, very
No,
easily.
I know, but yeah.
But really at the end of the day.
Most people don't burn 800 calories in one.
That's why they go to Planet Fitness. I'm just joking.
I was just gonna say I burned close to 7.
Yeah, like
yesterday.
It's just you gotta put your body in when it comes to the exercise. And the thing is like with that kind of class, that's what it's expected of that class.
Yeah.
When I'm doing a strength training class, you're not going to hit 800 calories within the hour.
Yeah,
but that's high intensity. Zoom is high intensity. Yeah.
At least mine is. I know that there's other ones that are, and like I said, every Zoom, and that's the beautiful thing about it is like every Zumba class is different. And I love
45
taking
minutes?
Zumba. It's about 50. 50 minutes. And I listen,
yeah, buddy.
No fuss, no muss. I get up in there. That warm up is awesome. That warm up is. I make it.
Are you
a
on
point.
Spotify? I gotta get some of your playlists.
Yeah, what's on there?
Right now I'm big like Bad Bunny is really
yes,
big. And I've had his album for a while, but like I love reggaeton.
Energy.
I love reggaeton. I love hardcore like hip hop and rap.
Yeah.
That hits a spot. For a while I had like Sabrina Carpenter, Sabrina Carpenter.
So no 80s British rock on there? No 80s alternative British rock?
I don't know if that really helps.
Any 90s Oasis on there? I like Bad Bunny. Oh, so yeah.
But yeah, I love the old school too, like 90s. I'll throw some like Spice Girl playlist on there and just jam out to just the feels of when I was younger, or In Sync and everything too. Those are fun.
High
or
energy
like,
stuff.
Or like Pitbull still like
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. 305.
He's got some jams.
Yeah,
dude.
our boy Faz loves Pitbull too, and he's a big fitness guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta find what works for you, like anything, right? You gotta.
And you
find
mentioned
what
if you like
motivates
running and everything too, you should find I find what helps runners, especially just those that just want to run, is find a song that you can be able to stay on beat with that runs with your cadence.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Now I have like a great app that does it, that basically I can play with the tempo of any kind of song that they do.
Yeah.
So when I'm on there and I know that I'm at like, you know, a 7 to 8 speed that's on the treadmill and everything like that, I'll put on a good EDM song and just go right on into it. Just really like and just zone in. And I'm pretty good at keeping a beat. So like that just boom, 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 boom. And it just keeps me driving when I'm sitting here, you even have to run or elliptical or whatever the case may be, you know, to a cardio day.
You always wonder, like, you know, am I doing enough? Am I doing too much? Am I overthinking it? Like
that's why you talk to a professional.
Right. I mean, I've of all the videos I've watched, you know, Athlete X, Jeff Cavalier, all those, you know, those guys. I think those guys are great. To the scientists and all that, and like 30 minutes 3 times a week for strength training. 30 minutes to 45 minutes 3 times a week is enough for strength training. Then you mix your cardio and stuff in between, like your steps and stuff. Does that sound like enough to you, or should it be more?
See, everyone sits there and tells me that the biggest thing. Yeah, exactly. Like everybody's body's different, and also more importantly, like what your goals are. I mean, a lot of times too, I wouldn't really give that equation to somebody who's brand new to fitness, you know, because a lot of the times when you're new to fitness, you're just understanding your body at that point. You know, you're trying to understand, how do I press this up? How do I go and do a push-up? What do I need? What other muscle groups do I need to engage, you know, to be able to do even a proper squat? You know, it's like, how do I flatten out my back?
Oh my God.
Like, you know,
I can't freaking squat, dude. It pisses me off, dude.
And a lot of times too, it's just finding somebody who has the eye to be able to, you know,
help you out.
How can I leg press a decent amount of weight from my leg size, and then like not squat, and then like not, and then like not squat?
because it's a different angle in which you are using. You are using different muscle groups, and you're not. It's a different way of lifting. For an incline leg press compared to a deadlift are 2 completely different types of styles of lifts that you're doing. You know, you can lift a tremendous amount of weight on an incline leg press. Okay, like you know, you definitely can.
And
it's just
plus,
because
you got that back. You're pushing off the ground. Too,
and there's nothing wrong with that. That's absolutely wonderful. You're focusing more so on the contractions of the legs here. Now, when you go to a deadlift here, you're bracing your core. You got to stay here to have other muscle groups that you need to be able to use to keep that you no longer have that bench to support and push back on. Now you're sitting here having to freestand on your actual 2 feet, lifting up that kind of weight. And then all the muscle groups that require you to be able to do that movement. Like I said, you're just using different muscle groups, a lot more muscle groups as well. It's actually considered as what's called a compound movement, which is a multitude of muscle groups at the same time, which is what you really want to go. The science behind it is that you really do want to aim for as you're doing that. But like I said, I hate plugging like this is better than that, just simply because there is space in the fitness world where a leg extension is going to be more advantageous for somebody than an incline leg press or a deadlift. You know,
which is the event. I mean, and not to plug you, but like that's why I always say go see a personal trainer. Just because, and same thing with like losing weight. Go talk to a nutritionist. Go talk to your doctor. Like go talk to an expert. And it's not saying you have to work out with a personal trainer 5 times a week, but maybe you check in once or twice a month with them and see where you're at. Like you can find something that works.
And I know a lot of I find a big reason why I'm successful, you know, or at least I feel that I'm successful, is because I find you have to give almost 2 to 3 times more than you receive, you know? So when people, like you said, will come in for an orientation to me and ask me all these questions about how can I sit here to be, you know, how can I better myself? You know, I want to invest in myself. I don't want to hurt myself. I want to sit here to be able to do X, Y, and Z. If this is my goals, like I'm going to shoot for the stars and this is what I'm looking for, and can you help me? You know, like I take that into consideration. Now, a lot of people can't sit here to afford me or can't sit here to be able to dedicate that time. So, of course, I will sit here to be able to show you exercises. What I do, it's called, I mean, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I do what's called a video library, okay? And it's something that people leave with from me that's tangible. So like if you can't sign up with me, okay, that's not a problem. You're new and signed up for the gym, let's walk you around so that you can be able to, you know how to do a leg press,
your way through
know how to do bicep curls properly, you know? And what I do is that I will combine their health and fitness goals to those exercises. So they want to sit here to be able to squat, you know? They want to be able to like lift up, you know, a decent amount of weight, but I got back problems. Okay, so I'm not going to give you a bar. I'm going to go to the hex bar. You know, let's see what your form looks like during this orientation. Okay, That feels all right. You're not going to hurt yourself. Okay, well, here comes the handy dandy video. So we videotape. I go all the way around. I talk about your form, how many reps, how many sets. This is the amount of weight that you have right now. If it feels good, this is what you should be able to progress to. I give them the reps, the sets, the weights, and we go through an entire, given the intake, but like about a good 30 to 35 minutes of different exercises that's going to help them achieve 2 of their health and fitness goals. And then from there, I give them the program as well too on there. I just like, this is what you're going to do next, and this is what you're going to do next, and this is what you're going to do next, and this is what you're going to do next. And so when you come into the gym and you have 10 exercises that I gave to you, I don't expect you to remember it, but you're going to remember it on your phone.
Yeah.
Put those headphones on, play some Pitbull, look at yourself, look at that. Oh, yeah, I remember this. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, this was the weight. This is where I got to set my machine up. This is where it is. Okay, great. And this
10
is
exercises in 45 minutes?
There's a will, there's a way, Slater.
Depends. It depends on the client, really. It's just, like I said, if I can be able to read you.
How many sets are they doing? 10 exercises in 45 minutes.
Well, no.
Okay.
No. It's a video library, is what it is. So what I do here is that, well, once again, one of these questions that go into the intake. Well, what's your frequency at the gym? How much time can you honestly devote to the gym? 2 times a week. Okay, well then.
Oh my God, that's nothing.
Here are.
Well, it's better than 0 days a week. You know what I mean?
Here's like a prime example, right? Dude. I will give them 4 exercises that they'll do at the gym. And I will sit there and say, like, here's just an example. This is not for everybody, but say, for instance, I would do a superset. I will say, okay, you're going to go and do the stair mat, or let's say the squat. We'll do the squat with the hex bar or the trap bar, right? And then the next one, you're going to say here to go to like an overhead press or a lat pull down, okay? You're going to switch off between those two. Once you're done with the hex bar and the squat, you're going to go over to let's just say, a bicep curl, okay? You're going to do those. You're going to switch off. Once you're done, then you're going to go back to the hex bar. Then you're going to go back to the bicep curl, hex bar, bicep curl, boom, 8 rounds. And then you're going to give me an ab exercise that I'm going to give to you. You just finished one whole set right there. And that's like about 10 minutes of work right there. Go grab a drink of water. Now you're going to go on to exercise 3 and 4 that I just gave you. Okay. Oh, you want to work on pull-ups? Wonderful. We have a Gravitron there. This is the weight that you're going to set it to. These are the hand grips that you need to be able to be on. This is your form that you need to be on. And here you go. Boom, you're on. Great. You're going to come down. Now you're going to give me a banded lateral movement here. You know, so you can work your thighs and your legs here that you weren't able to work on with the hex bar. So now we're working stabilizing muscle groups in a different plane. So at the end of the day, they're gonna go there. They have 30 minutes, to be able to do that exercise. And then once you get better with it, you come back to me and I give you another one. Except that second one, you're going to get charged. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
You got to make, girls got to eat.
Yeah, exactly. But, the thing is that at the end of the day, they got something. You're here, you have something tangible. You can be able to come into the gym. Oh, I remember that. Boom. Okay, I remember that. And you wouldn't, and most of the times too, if I don't get that sale, let's say, like I didn't end up getting that client or anything. What I find, especially here, that, like I said, I'm just an outsider here. I'm not born and raised in the Berkshires. But it's not really about who you like that person, but also if you help that person so much that they're going to sit here to talk to somebody else about you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Totally.
And then from there, they come in and talk to me, and I get to be able to get to know them as well too. Yeah. And I think also with what's really great about this here is that, and I'm very fortunate about it too now, being in the game so long and everything, is that all my clients now I don't do any advertisement anymore. It's all through referral basis. Oh, hell yeah. And I'm just so blessed. I'm so blessed with that.
You're blessed with that, but you also earned it, Tuan. You've also put in 2 decades of work here to build that clientele. You got to give yourself some credit for that, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's that was instilled in me when I was a little kid from Tiger Mom, and just being able to take on, my love and passion for, fitness, if you will. Right. And then just being able to know to help people. Yeah. And if I couldn't help that person, they're not going to sign up with me or can't, or whatever the case may be.
The next person.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's such a great, like I said, it's fantastic.
Well, keep making the world hot, Tuan.
Yeah.
Keep making the world hot.
Hot and healthy.
Yeah, hot and healthy.
Hot and healthy, okay?
Woo! Right. Check them out at Bousquet Sport, everybody.
Yeah, come on through. Get your fitness video on.
Tuan, appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Come back and see us again.
Come back
Absolutely.
See us again,
Thank you.
I swear to God, I don't only train legs, by the way.
I see that too. I'm just like, dang,
I'm not that girl. I'm like, I swear to God, you just
one-legged Bulgarian.
You just catch catch me on leg day. I do
No judgment.
upper body just
No
as much.
judgment.
Listen, in a zombie apocalypse, a fat ass is not going to save you. I do upper body just as much as lower and core, and I do it all.
I love it.
You just catch me on leg day, I swear.
Like I said, no judgment. You're in. I was like, okay, you know what?
You can talk about how
Go
bad
and
my
get it.
form is. I mean, you
know.
can talk about how sweaty I am, whatever you want.